This is Mark with Slower Lower RC, and I just wanted to do a quick video comparing these two excavators that I got. The one on the left is the Diecast Masters Cat 336. This one on the right is the Double E561. One on the left is a 1/24th scale. The one on the right is a 1/16th scale. Even though they're the same size, not really much difference in track length. Arm length on this one's a little bit longer. This one does have metal bucket. This is plastic bucket. None of the controls on either one of these are proportional. A little notchy. It's kind of hard to get scale effects with it, but the job gets done. They both have gears in here to drive everything, and they will click if you stress them, but it's got like a little gear in there on a spring. It keeps you from stripping the gears. But basically they both operate a little bit differently. The only real difference, well, there's a couple differences actually. The CAT unit, the Diecast Masters, the tracks are operated by these buttons here. You press the two top ones to go straight, two bottom ones, the right one to turn, just like a tank. And the Double E, you just press forward and it has a left and right, and these operate your functions. They both have sound. This one has a horn. The Double E does. The functions, one thing that's different too is on the sticks. On the Diecast Masters, when you press up, the main boom goes up. Down, the main boom goes down. The Double E is the opposite. When you press down, it goes up, and you press up, it goes down, which is more realistic to equipment that I've driven anyways, usually like that. Pull it towards you or down to go up. So it's a little bit more realistic, and it's like the big one I have is like that too. But let's see how these things run. Let's compare them that way. Okay, so we'll get them turned on here. We'll switch. That's the one on the left. I'm going to turn that off. And that's the Double E. Turn that off. Alright. So we'll start with this one. You see kind of the movements of it. Go ahead and get a load of sand. You hear it clicking. It's those gears I was talking about. Let's try out the 561. A little bit faster, a little bit weaker. It's struggling with the sand a little bit. Now this dump truck is a 24 scale Die-Cast Masters, and I have a 1/14 scale dump truck. We can see if it'll work in. Let's change these dump trucks. Alright, so this is a, no, it's a 1/16 scale. You can see the Die-Cast Masters handles the sand a little bit better, and it is barely tall enough to dump in this 16th scale. That is all the way up. And it's tall enough. So let's see if the other one is. Now this one times out, that's why I gotta keep starting it. Oh, that one's way tall enough. So the Double E goes up higher. It's just a little bit weaker though. Okay, now this is one of the major differences. Let me reset up the camera and I'll show you. Okay, so here's one of the major factors for me. I'll start with this one. Now, as far as how far down the boom goes, I've got both of these sitting up on sand piles, and this one can reach all the way down and get a scoop. All the way down. And this one, if I go to get a scoop, that's as far as it goes. So it doesn't go down quite as far. See, I can't get to the ground down there. See, it's about an inch off the ground, and it's actually sitting on a shorter pile. I'll tell you what, let me get them up on the table. That'll be a better way to show you. Okay, so we got them both all the way in the upright position. See, that one's, oops, that's all the way up. That one's all the way up. And they're pretty close. The Double E's a little bit, that much higher, inch maybe. Now let's go down. This is the difference. That's all the way. You hear that clicking, that means it's bottoming out. Now, let's go down with this one. Goes down way farther. That's all the way down. That one just stops. It doesn't click when you reach max on that boom. But that's a big difference. That's got to be at least 5 inches difference between those two. So if you want to climb up on the pile and load, then this is the one you want. If you're going to load off the ground, that one will load high into a high dump truck. That's a 16th scale. It'll probably load into a 14th scale. So if you're going to load off the ground, this one you'll do fine with. If you're going to load off hills, this one's not going to work. And you just heard that this one times out after like a minute. This one times out after like 5 minutes. So that kind of gets annoying, having to start that up after letting it sit. I thought I was getting a bigger one when I ordered this one because it's a 16th scale, but it's like the exact same size. It's got a metal bucket, like I said before. Driving wise, about the same. Operating wise, The Double E's faster, a little bit harder to control. The Diecast Masters is still too fast for scale, but it's a little bit easier to control. Looks wise, the Diecast Masters is way more scale looking. Wish the cab was a little bit bigger, because I do have a figure in this one. The cab's a little bit bigger, I do like that. But as far as detail, you know, there's just no comparison. Diecast Masters has it. Price wise, this was like 90 bucks. This was like 119 bucks. The controller is cheaper with the Double E. The Diecast Masters controller's a little bit better. This one they give you, I think, a NIM. This one is a LiPo. The batteries do last a while though. You'll get at least an hour. I do anyway, with the sound and lights off. Get about an hour runtime. So, just wanted to do a video because I didn't see anybody comparing these two, and that would have been helpful for me when I went to buy them. So, thanks for watching.